Let's review the main types of angles. A right angle is 90 degrees. An acute angle is less than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. A straight angle is exactly 180 degrees. A reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. What kind of angle is this? It's an acute angle. What kind of angle is this? It's a right angle. What kind of angle is this? It's obtuse. What kind of angle is this? It's straight. What kind of angle is this? It's reflex. Let's review the main angle rules for Year 6. Firstly, vertically opposite angles are equal. So in the diagram above, angle A is equal to angle C, and angle D is equal to angle B. Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So angle A plus B plus C in the triangle diagram add up to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees also. In a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape, which could be a square, a rectangle, a parallelogram, a trapezium, or an irregular quadrilateral, they also add up to 360 degrees. Angles around a point add up to 360 degrees too. Let's go over some example problems involving triangles. So don't forget, the angles inside a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at the first question. We've got two angles given to us, and then we don't know what A is, it's a missing number. So we know that 80 add 50 add A gives us 180 degrees. So that would be 130. 130 plus A plus something gives us 180 degrees. So we're just finding the difference between 130 and 180 degrees. You can visualize this with a bar model if you want to. Just drawing a quick one here. So we've got 130 plus A gives us 180. So we're just going to have to subtract 130 from 180 to give us A. So 180 take away 130 is 50 degrees. I've not got room for the middle one, so I'm going to move on to the far right hand side. So 41 add 98 add C gives me 180 degrees. So if I add the two together, 1 add 8 gives me 9, just changing pen there. 4 add 9 gives me 13, so it's 139 degrees. 139 degrees add something gives me 180, so we subtract from 180 to find the missing number. I'm using a ruler now. Don't forget to use a ruler if you've got one at home. So you need to exchange there. 10 take away 9 is 1, 7 take away 3 is 4, and 1 take away 1 is 0. So C is 41 degrees. So let's take a look at some isosceles triangles. An isosceles triangle has got two sides and two angles the same. Let's show you by highlighting in purple. So those two sides are the same, these two sides are the same, and these two sides are the same. You can see that with the mini perpendicular line that indicates those sides are the same. And then the corresponding angles are the same. So this angle and this angle are the same. It's just loading. This angle and this angle are the same. And these two angles are the same. So we can use this to solve our missing angle problem. We know this is a right angle, or I'm just going to change back to my normal pen. We know this one is a right angle, and we know the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So we just need to take 90 away, leaving us with 90. But actually there's two angles here, so C and C, C add C equals 90. So we just need to do 90 divided by 2. Gives us 45 degrees. So angle C is 45 degrees. You can have a go at the middle one if you want to. I'm just going to move on to the right hand side because I don't have a lot of room. You can always pause at the end of this video to have a go at that one. So here I know that angle A is actually the same as 50 degrees. Then I just need to find my missing angle B. So 50 add 50 is 100 degrees. The total will be 180. So 180 take away 100 gives us 80 degrees. So angle B is 80 degrees. There are going to be some problems and tasks for you to solve in the next part of the video. So don't forget the rule that the angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. So it could be a parallelogram, a square, a rectangle, a trapezium. This one here is a bit of an irregular one. So all quadrilaterals, the internal angles add up to 360 degrees. So we know this one is a right angle. And we simply need to find the sum of the other three angles, the ones that we know, add those up. So 5 and nothing add 5 is 10. 9 add 9 add 1 add 1 is 20. 1 add nothing add 2 is 3. So 300 in total. And that's quite a simple calculation because we know the total is 360. 360 degrees take away 300. Gives me 60 degrees for angle C. Let's look at a slightly more complicated one on the next slide. let's go over how to use column multiplication. We're doing a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. So first step is that we line up our calculation, starting with the bigger number. And then we get our ruler and we want to draw 2 lines, then leave a little gap and then 2 more lines. So you've got 2 rows for your answers. We put a 0 here because we're going to be multiplying that by 10, everything in that row. 4 times 1 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 6 is 6. That one's simple, it's just 1 times all the numbers. Now we put our 0, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 6 is 12. And now we must add the 2 answers together. I'm just going to bring this down a bit. And there you have it. 13,314 is your answer. So let's go over how to calculate a 4-digit number by a 2-digit number. The step is the same. We line up the digits carefully and we will draw our 4 lines with a ruler, making 2 rows. And we'll put our 0 in the second row and the furthest column to the right. Okay, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 4 is 20, add the 1, 21. 5 times 0 is nothing, add the 2 is 2, and 5 times 3 is 15. Next row, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 4 is 24, add the 1 is 25. 6 times 0 is nothing, add the 2 is 2, 6 times 3 is 18. And now we're going to add these together. I draw another line underneath, or you can do a separate calculation if you want to. Nothing and nothing is nothing. 1 and 2 is 3. 2 and 5 is 7. 5 and 2 is 7. 1 and 8 is 9. And 0 add 1 is 1. So we've got 197,730. This is ever so slightly new, although we have spoken about this in Hot and Spicy Plus. It's a 3-digit multiplied by a 3-digit. So the only difference is that we'll have 3 rows below the calculation. So no zeros in the first row. In the second row we'll have our single 0 in the ones column. And then in the third row we're going to have 2 zeros. And then it follows on exactly the same. 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 3 is 18, making 20. 6 times 1 is 6, add the 2 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2. And then 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 3 is 9, add the 1 is 10. 3 times 1 is 4, add the 1. Fantastic. And then we're going to add them all together. So that makes 4, 8, 16, 3, and then 4. 43,684.